Not exactly started yet. Just felt another couple of little things here, I think. Hope you can hear me okay. I have to go and get another screen up. And just go into this, guys. 2 seconds. A little bit late here. Getting back, setting this up. Let's see. Getting back, setting this up. Okay, let's see. Let me just check these comments now. I can't really see anybody right now, but just let me just have a wee look here. Okay, that kind of seems fine. Alright. Okay. Cheers, Mackenzie's Devils. See ya. Let's see what happens when I do this. I think you're a moderator, whatever that is. Hey! That worked. That's good. You can kick anybody out of here that's non-desirable. Oh, excellent. Right. Can you hear me okay on this? Is it clear enough? Thanks, Mackenzie's Devils, as long as it's loud enough. Right. Anyway, we can just go and play this Abraham Christie. Good idea. I'm going to actually hear how I sound on this. Let me hear. Good idea. I'm going to actually hear how I sound on this. Right, not too bad. Let me hear. Good idea. I'm going to actually hear how I sound on this. Right, not too bad. Let me hear. Right, good stuff. Right, I can turn that. Good idea. We'll be echoing all day. Excellent. Try and get back in here to chat as well, but we might as well go for it, eh?
Okay.
You've got to go to work and I need some rest.
Okay.
It's my birthday and I haven't had any rest. Know what I mean, Jean Clement?
That's cool, lady.
Don't tell Jean Clement in his eyes, lock you up in the jail. Have you got room in the jail to lock her up tonight, Jean Clement? Have you got room, yes or no?
Ready for that.
Tell her, we have to lock you up in the jail. Have you got room in the jail to lock her up tonight, Jean Clement? Have you got room, yes or no?
Ready for that.
Tell him what you said. You deserve to be locked up for killing the babies. You don't understand what I'm telling you? They are killing babies wholesale. Wholesale. They are killing them, they are drinking the blood, and they are eating meat. And the skulls of the babies, they are tying them 4 skulls here. Hello. 4 skulls here. 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, elbows here. And they are making, what about the shoes, this baby's skin? And the boy, he done sex to the boy. He's 17 years old.
That's a 17-year-old.
The first husband, she left him. The first husband told the second.
Even for the very beginning, this Christie at the very start of what he's coming out with, it's been absolute nonsense. And as I say, he gets worse as he goes on. His lies just get even more ridiculous. But it's good that the children have been cut out of this, because this guy's just a very terrifying guy. And the things that he's done is just unbelievable. But we can hear everything that they were up to, the 2 of them, and how it actually all came about. And honestly, he's just such a notorious liar that, thank God, Jean Clement did actually take that video to the police and report that, because I think the children were in serious danger. Well, let's continue him.
Guy, go and get her, she's easy. He went and got her, he has 2 babies with her, and he does it to the 2 babies. All 3 children are involved in this cult now, from 2 different men who are cult members. She came to me, but she knew I wasn't a weird guy. She knew there was something.
You have to ask yourself, why would you go to him? No chance. He says he's hardly ever been at the school or anything, so why would you get to him?
I was clean. And she knew in her heart that I could help her. She didn't know how. I didn't know. Her first husband, he sent the second man to her. Some of her friends that come to the house, they come to the house and they go to the school and sex their children behind her back.
Is that everything happening in the school?
In the church, at McDonald's, at the swimming pool, in the local swimming pool. Yeah.
Okay.
And in their houses, Happens in school during school hours. You go there on a Wednesday and you will arrest them all. And you will take the children in the school, because they do it to every child in the school. And I guarantee you, out of the children, 100 of them will talk.
How come
Take the children in the school, because they do it to every child in the school. And I guarantee you, out of the children, 100 of them will talk.
How come the parents don't know?
Because the parents are all involved. Do sex to them. 100 people do sex to them. Them each. So it's 200 sex, 200 times sex, 200 times 50 is how much? He makes movies. He makes snuff movies of the babies. And he sells them in the Ukraine, in Russia, in Brazil, in Portugal, in Brussels, in England. He sells them all over the world. In Brazil, in Portugal, in Brussels, in England, sells them all over the world.
I mean, can you actually just listen to him there? The way that he's actually even saying that to Jean Clement. I mean, he's making it sound as if it's as creepy can be. You know, that he's selling babies to all these different countries, and alarm bells must be ringing everywhere. Would be with me and anybody else, because he's, even at the start, he's just garbage, isn't he? Honestly. But let's continue.
Tell Papa about the movies then.
Still going to Amsterdam
No,
school?
listen to me, please. I'm coming in now.
All right.
Now. Help me if I get anything wrong. The father's got a court order. He must see the children every 2 weeks. We took the children on holiday. The solicitor that he's got is a member of the paedophile ring. The solicitor that the mother has got is a member of the paedophile ring. The solicitor that is representing the mother, Mum's solicitor, is one of the many. Always advising the father. Her own solicitor
Is part of the...
Yeah. Listen to this. The father gets to see them every 2 weeks. We haven't let the father see them there for 5 weeks because we took them away on holiday.
Okay.
We should not have taken them out of Europe because she is.
With the order.
So we shouldn't have taken them out of Europe, so we've broken the order.
Yeah.
What we had to
He says he shouldn't have taken them out of Europe, right? So they've broken the order, so where did exactly take them to? Because he says he's outside Europe, but he broke the order and even admits it.
take them out of Europe to make sure they were safe from the clutches of the ring. Now we have brought them back today to see now do you
All
understand?
right. Okay.
I found up a solicitor. I don't trust any solicitor. I'm not Hackney or anyone. Except my solicitors, but they're criminal. They don't deal with this.
Yeah.
Right. They defend me, but they can't. They're not.
That's right.
They're not prosecuted by it. He's supposed to see them every 2 weeks.
Mm.
He hasn't seen them for 5 weeks. The school is involved, as you know. The school is asking her, where are the children?
Yeah.
Where are the children? Listen. No, because they've only been out of school for 1 day, 2 days.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today.
Right, yesterday. Right?
Oh, you went back yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah, please. My train of thought. John Clement, something is bugging me out there. It's making noise. What is it?
That's the fire alarm.
Anyway. He's supposed to see them.
Mm.
He organised a party for the 30th of August. We didn't let him get the children because we know what he wants to do to them. When he finds out that they have told me, he will kill them.
So he doesn't know yet.
Of course he doesn't know.
So he doesn't know the year.
He doesn't know their hair yet,
Okay.
but he will find out. He will find out because we have to give the passports back to the solicitor, who is a member of the paedophile group.
Why can't they change school?
They can change school.
They can't.
We're going to do that, but no.
Oh, you have to go all through the whole process and all that stuff.
He's gonna get them. He's gonna get them. If we don't protect them, he's gonna get them.
I mean, what a total liar. I mean, that's 5 weeks he had these children away for. And then we've been through all his torture techniques.
But he's still got court order to see them every 2 weeks
Yeah,
anyway.
but we're not gonna let him see them. We can't let him see them. They will kill them.
Why couldn't you keep them in Morocco then and have someone come over to speak to them instead?
Because we wanted you to see them. We're gonna send them back to Morocco tomorrow.
I could have come there and speak to them.
We brought them here. We send them tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Now you understand.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
brought them here
Yeah.
specifically to. I
Well,
kept
I-
ringing you, but the mother
No.
had put my number on no caller ID
No, not that, Evie. When I ring you, it's constantly engaged.
because people are talking to me.
I spoke to Donna and she said something happened to your phone.
Nothing happened to my phone. The father, they took my phone and gave it to the father.
Okay.
Now they said that they took his phone and gave it to the father. What a lie, right? They took his phone and gave it to the father.
This is a new phone. I've been talking to people all day because it's my birthday.
That's what. No, not even today. I didn't call you today. I called
You
you
called
this
me.
afternoon.
You only call me once today and once yesterday. Come on, Jean Clement. You don't call.
No, I call you. You know, remember you call several times and call.
I have no missed call from you.
You called several times when
Jean
we were
Clement.
driving. You did. You called several times when we were driving. And when I called back, the phone is engaged. And I said, why is the phone engaged? You just called.
Because I've been talking to somebody else, or I'm trying to call you. Because I'm talking to somebody else, or I'm trying to call you. I'm talking to a solicitor, I'm talking to somebody else, or I'm getting advice, or I'm telling my brother John what the situation. I had to let somebody know what my situation was, just in case.
Yeah.
Thank God you went there, Jean Clement. So I can say thank God you went there.
Well, I was sending emails. I was Jean Clement. I'm 57. I'm not born yesterday. I know what
I know you know your stuff. Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I came to you.
Okay.
So the father is waiting, and he has
for them to go back to school.
No, not only that. He has a visiting. He's taken the mother to court now again.
Okay.
Because he wants to see his children.
Yeah.
But why does he want to see them? To do sex to them, to make parties, to sell them to other people, and to make movies. We can't allow it to happen anymore, Jean Clement. You understand?
Okay.
We cannot allow it to happen anymore. He must be arrested. Tell him about Papa's secret room and what he keeps there. Secret rooms.
Can they stay here then?
Where?
Yeah.
What for? They can, but they will touch each other. And you can't feed them. You can't feed them the diet they need. They are vegan, raw vegan. The mother won't let them eat anything. Because
can they stay with their mother then?
Where?
Here.
Stay with their mother here? Yeah. They could stay with us. They could stay with us where we are.
Okay.
We are fine.
So there's no problem with that? Okay.
No, there's problem. Has father got kids? Alright, we can change the lot. But he won't come to the house while I'm there.
Okay.
He's too scared. He's not a man. He can kill babies. But he can't fight a man. Be quiet or you go outside. You go outside now. Come on. Come here. Outside.
No, it's him, right? He's just put one of the children outside, no? He knows the dog here, but he's definitely shouts this discipline constantly. These children are actually terrified to talk. And I actually think he's given them gestures and that for them to speak up at times, no? Because they do have like signs he's showing them when he wants them to say things. I've noticed that because I've probably been through this video about 100 times.
That's it. That's right. Discipline. Hello. I'm concerned about the mother. She should have been there by now. And now she's not answering the phone.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation anyway.
See, Jean Clement isn't really listening to him. You can hear it in his voice, he's like that, what is going down here, you know? And good on him that he kept us going, because he did go through quite a bit with them, and he did get basically this full story out of them, and as I said, he's not believing a word what this guy's saying. I don't think anybody would.
Are you still going to come and look for them, Jean Clement?
Yeah.
And you're going to take her to court? You see? And the solicitor is involved. That's why they can't explain you the story. I have to explain it all to you first.
And he has to explain it all to him first. Really?
Yeah. And then you can ask the questions. You see? It's pointless you asking the questions until you have the whole story. You'll be wasting your time asking the wrong question. Yeah? There's some footage on it. You might want the footage. There's some movies. They took of the children. I might need some. And these are photos of the secret rooms. These are plans of the houses with the secret rooms. Of the church with the secret room. This is a video of him talking. There's another video of him talking about it, another video of him, another video of him.
That's it?
Yeah, 2-minute videos talking about it. These are more plans of secret rooms and secret places. There's him
If you've already made 10 2-minute videos up, you have to ask yourself, 2-minute videos, 10 of them, it's because he's been doing this rubbish with these children until he's got his takes right. So I've no idea how long it's took them to make 10 videos, the 10 2-minute videos. It's been a long time, it's been a lot longer than 20 minutes. Trust me, he's been at these children for hours until he's got these videos the way that he liked them. That's the sad part about these videos.
praying for his sister on the plane. That's him talking about it, that's him talking about it. That's the sister talking about it.
No, don't put too loud.
Why?
No. She said that.
Right. Oh, we're not allowed to take them out of Europe.
Maybe.
Answer her, tell her where she is, tell her where she is, come on.
Just a moment.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. Oh. Okay. How far are you? Okay. All right. Okay. No problem at all. All right. Oh. I lost the video. Just going to transfer some of the photos I took from all.
Where is she?
She's 5-10 minutes away from here, she said.
You're gonna get to know her now. Her 5-10 minutes is half an hour. You're gonna get to know her. Hey, don't go to sleep. You're gonna have a sandwich. Come on. Come and sit on the table.
Should I get you some plates? Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I got that plate.
Okay, cheers.
Wash your hands. Don't make a mess. Come and sit over here together here, please. Sit round at the front. Don't let me tell you again. Don't let me tell you again. You sit round properly. Thank you. Thank you. Don't let me tell you again. Sit round at the table properly. For what? You put it. 1957. 1957.
Cheers. Charge. It says no video stored. Let me go put the charger before we lose the charge.
No. No, it's not in video. It's in the camera.
Okay. Because I don't know how to use the iPhone.
No. Shut up, June. That's my sister.
I'm going to charge it.
No, that's just one Jean Clement. There's about 10 videos, they're all about 2 minutes.
Okay.
So you got some visual, yeah?
Oh, I need to turn the light off.
Why?
Oh, I thought they were going up.
There's another video. If you bring the phone to me, I can play all of them.
No, it's like, it's out of charge with me.
Huh?
It's out of charge.
Okay, no problem.
That's all right.
Don't empty pictures.
Huh?
D'accord. I took them to my friend's hotel in Morocco. They told me in the school they got scared. Why would they get scared of a little man like me?
So you took me to his friend's hotel in Morocco, and thank God he's got to Jean Clement.
No, I let them talk, but when she starts to waffle, I know what she's doing. I know. You can't help it. Don't stare at me while you've got the cup in your mouth. Don't stare at me from behind.
I just spelled Daddy's surname.
I knew you would like that one. I knew you would like that one. Christchurch. That's how I knew.
No, but you can put it on the notes and you just come up there and you're talking to them.
Okay, then you can tell me. So I don't, while I'm just looking at you, I can just write instead of just go rather than having to write. If I keep on writing, I won't be actually listening.
Okay. So
But I will need some specific though.
okay. So do you want me to just read it out?
If I keep on writing, I won't be actually listening.
Okay. So
But I will need some specific though.
okay. So do you want me to just read it out or?
No, just email it. If you
Oh,
email
yeah,
it.
yes, it's already.
I'm sure you've seen female private parts before.
There is another
Now we
one.
tattoo. Okay. Now you guys go ahead and just talk.
No, that was brilliant. No, we tattoo was very good, very good.
No.
Let them show you.
No. We're not specialists for children. We can hear this.
Jean Clement,
Especially
I'm not
people
child
can-
psychologist. Let's just get the information, please.
Yeah. So it's just on the files.
No, it's not just on the side. No, Jean Clement, please.
So you tell me.
Your sensibilities. You know, if he was white, you would see he's blushing now.
Weekends and it just.
Just with that part there as well, he's honestly what a guy he is, and as Jean Clement said, he doesn't really know nothing about children. You can only take their side of the story and listen to it and then take it from there. And for what he's coming up with so far, we're not even anywhere near done. It was 2 hours 50 minutes this. It's been really cut right down, and all the way through it you can tell who's in control. These children are terrified of him, and it's him.
I didn't do.
We've got 3 plans, yes. I showed Jean Clement. He's got my phone there somewhere. He's been.
I thought it was everything in one book, so I only
It's
took
okay,
one.
Ella. You got both books, Ella. You got both books. There.
No. There's the same one.
Oh, another one there.
The same one with plans. Okay. I thought it was in the
I've
same.
got
Oh, no,
the-
it's here. It's here.
Oh, Jean Clement, we've got the
It's
plan.
here,
Jean Clement,
it's
here's the
here.
plan of the secret rooms where they keep the skulls, and also where do they keep the bowl that they catch the blood in and the knife that they cut the baby with? No.
No, it's his house. No.
Oh,
Really? I haven't
you
seen
live
him.
different.
I haven't seen him for until like 2 months ago. I haven't seen him maybe for 2-3 years.
So you never used to live before together.
This no. We actually didn't really live together. I mean, he was staying in my house for a little while. Then he rented the another flat, not very far, actually on the next street. And then him when kind of like it's kind of all been just gone down. He moved out, and it was about 5 years ago. It was 2009 or 2009, I think. Yeah. 2009 or 2010.
Mama, it's raw. It's raw vegan, okay?
He moved out of the family room of the family house. Is that correct? He moved out of the family house.
No. He never stayed. He never lived in my house actually. But he had a flat on the next nearby road.
Okay.
He stayed in my house maybe only for, I don't know, maybe for 3 months, half a year, something like that. I don't remember now very well. And but kind of the relationship was going on maybe for 2 years, 2.5 years.
But you never used to live together?
No,
oh,
not
right,
well,
okay.
for this kind of like really short period of time. So yeah, I had this flat for 2 years next on the nearby road, really literally around the corner.
Yeah.
And since it's 2010, yeah, on 2011 I applied for the non-molestation order because he was violent to me.
What order is that?
A non-molestation order.
Okay.
And since then the legal proceedings started for 2 years. Where he
Since when? Since 2012.
2010. For 2 years. Basically I didn't want to give him children, really. I wanted to kind of limit. I mean, again, I didn't know what was going on. But I knew it was something...
So you wanted to split to like have responsibility for the children?
No, I didn't want to give him children.
No, you want the responsibility for the children.
Yeah.
That's why you started the court proceeding. Because you're not together. That's basically why you wanted to do that.
Well, the thing is, he was violent to me on quite several occasions, and once it was quite bad one.
You called the police?
Killed me. Yeah, I've got like 5 calling to the police.
Okay.
And at the time he was arrested. And it was quite bad. I mean, he was.
So all this is in 2010. When he was arrested?
It was in end of 2009. This incident happened.
That's when he was arrested, around 2009.
Yeah, but then he showed up in my house one day when my mom was there, and there was a big argument there where he pushed my mom, and then soon after I applied for this non-molestation order. Now,
when he was arrested, what is it for? ABH or for?
It just kind of protection where he couldn't, like a bail, you know.
No,
he couldn't,
he was arrested in 2009 for.
You see, he wasn't charged really with this shoving her mother, because that is kind of like a hearsay statement coming from her as well. There's not really any proof of that.
Or being violent towards you.
Domestic violence.
Or for domestic violence.
Damage to
property.
To property because he's broken glass or something else.
And also it was your mom was present.
No. This was second time when.
That's after the legal proceeding.
No. That was
before
after this incident. After he was arrested.
Yeah.
It was this. He had a bail for 1 month where he couldn't kind of like go around certain radius to my house, and then about 2-3 months later, this incident happened between him and my mom, and then I applied for a non-molestation order. I received it ex parte. They gave me for 3 months, but then it was prolonged for another half a year. Now, since then, the legal proceedings started. He was fighting for his contact, and I tried to limit it as much as possible. And about 2-3 months later, this incident happened between him and my mom, and then I applied for a non-molestation order. I received it ex parte. They gave me for 3 months, but then it was I applied for a non-molestation order. I received it ex parte. They gave me for 3 months, but then it was prolonged for another half a year. Now, since then, the legal proceedings started. He was fighting for his contact, and I tried to limit it as much as possible. And so they did allow contacts. It wasn't every day. It was every 2 weeks.
Remind you that the solicitors in the area are generally involved in the cult. I'm just sharing with you, so just to remind you. Sorry.
And that was him jumping into the conversation just to remind them that even all the solicitors are Satanists that's in the area as well.
Yeah.
So contact was allowed from 10 to 6?
10 to 6, yes, all day. It was all day. All day, every Saturday.
But he has to come to the house, so...
No, it was...
you have to give him the children?
We arranged to
meet somewhere?
To meet somewhere in public
So it can't
place.
be all day though, so you can be... Probably have to be there for 8 o'clock, or if we phone you and tell you the time is coming?
No,
How does it
we
work?
had the fixed hours.
So what will that be?
10 o'clock until 6 p.m. 10 a.m.
Yeah.
to 6 p.m. And but
Every Saturday?
Every Saturday, yeah. But it didn't go well, those contacts, you know, it was constant problems. I mean, he was feeding them some junk, they were coming sick back home, and so it was like finally in 2012, I think it was about September, October, it was 2 incidents. One I wasn't aware of until later, but the main one was he retained children at unknown address. Now during this time, he gave court different addresses, and so it looks like he was staying here, staying there, and then at the final hearing, he all of a sudden declared that he doesn't want contacts anymore. He doesn't want contacts, so he gave up. He gave up the contacts.
That's right. So that was in 2012.
2012, and it was the final.
Towards
December.
the end of 2012.
Yeah, in December 2012. Now then, he disappeared for maybe about a year and a half. Maybe for.
You guys going to part 2? It just continues
No,
on
he
for
was
that anyway.
traveling.
So he decided not to have contact for like almost a year or
he
18
gave
months.
up. He gave up contacts completely.
Or he just gave up.
Yeah, he just the hearing. He declared he doesn't want.
Oh, so you went to a re-hearing in December?
Yeah, it was
you went to court.
Hearing where, I mean, basically he would have received contact. They would allow him to do contacts, but all of a sudden he said that he can't fight anymore, something like that. He doesn't have money for solicitors, even though he was representing himself.
Yeah, so he relinquished.
Yes, he relinquished.
Yeah.
And he said that that you know that I'm creating all kind of obstacles for him not to see children, which I really did. I mean, within my kind of order.
You see, she made it as difficult as humanly possible for the father to actually see the children, right? And it's just for that, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
And so yeah, he's disappeared, but then I learned
For how long? For how long?
Maybe for a year and a half.
So from that December.
From the December until June.
Until
2013. 13.
June 2013. That's like 6 months, you know.
Oh?
That's 6 months. So you mean June 14?
Maybe I've got years wrong. I think this. Yeah.
You will only know if you look at the court paper anyway.
Yeah. The final hearing, actually, it was not the end of 2012. It was 2011.
Okay.
So
yes.
It must be the proceedings started in 2009.
So yeah. So he said he didn't want any responsibility.
No. I've heard from some people, you know, like who knows him, mutual associates. But he was either and I allowed. So it was 3 times it was spoken on the phone on Skype. But then he started to bring up some inappropriate subjects during the Skype. He said, for example, he sent me 2 emails saying that he saw me on some porn sites, and I ignored it. And actually, I responded to the second email. I said, please, you know, don't send me this kind of email, something like that. And then he brought it up again during Skype's conversation with children, typing it like, you know, like Skype while talking to children.
And I must say, on this little girl, she has her, it's cut out, and she can't even remember even speaking to him on Skype. So how do we even know that story's even true either?
He started to send me this kind of messages as well, and said, you know, like, if you're going to carry on, you're just going to stop this. And so this argument happened, and then it just cut it off. And in September, he applied. I had
September 13.
September 13. I had the opportunity to move to the south of France. I had some friends who invited me to go, and they.
Vous parlez français?
Huh?
Parlez français?
Un petit peu. And since he kind of like, he didn't show up, I thought you know, if he doesn't give me written permission, which is procedure, I may go to the court. And, you know, given that he hasn't seen children.
But you're request the order already. Why will you need written permission?
He didn't have order. I already had the final hearing. They gave me residence order. They didn't arrange any contacts.
All right, okay.
So.
And as you see, she wants to go to France and take her children with her. Like, so it means that father, he's been going through all this court cases for years now, trying to see his children. She's making it as difficult as possible for him to see them, and then she thinks that he's going to give her written permission to go to France, where he would actually never see them again, probably.
In September, I called him while I was in my children was with my parents in Russia.
Okay.
And I was in France.
They were on holiday.
They were on holidays, yes, summer holidays.
That was like September 13th.
Yeah. Yeah. So I called him and said that, you know, I'm thinking to move to the south of France. I mean, I had no idea about it. I knew that, and I knew this is the procedure, because I inquired, I think, earlier on with solicitors, much before. What if I want to move out of the country? What is?
As you can see, she's been inquiring, and there's not really any legal way of you actually getting out of the UK if it's a UK citizen. We're talking about children here. I mean, you can't expect to just look, right, we'll pack up and we'll just leave and we'll forget the other person as if that they never existed. It doesn't work that way. As far as I can see this father's actually trying to fight to get to his children, and she's putting every single thing she can in the road just to stop him from seeing them.
The steps will be. So I gave him a call saying that, you know, I think to do that. He said no, and he's not going to allow it to happen. Okay, it's fine. I knew my next step would be like to go to the court. However, on the 4th of September, it was I think Friday or something, next working day, he went and applied for prohibited steps, saying that I'm trying to take them out of the country, and something that just a few other things like I've been abusive to children, and he actually another application he made for the residence of children at that time, and.
She made an application for residence, for custody of them, because he's getting really worried now. And I don't know if this is when she started going out with Christie, because I'd start getting worried.
So it was a hearing at the end of 2013. It was like intermediate, and nothing was decided. And the context was not about nothing.
Preliminary hearing.
Yeah, but because, you know, like he wasn't there for a year and a half, they were reluctant to give him any context. Nevertheless, in November, there was an anonymous call to NCPCC, Child Protection Agency, they gave couple basically about me, saying that I've been abusive to children, I don't feed them, I'm mentally unstable, and something else. Apparently, I was suspecting it was my neighbor upstairs, who we had a bit of problem. You know, she didn't like trampoline in the garden. I thought she just wanted to create problems.
Trampoline, especially you're talking about far. We had a big trampoline. We've got a big trampoline in the garden. And the neighbour above, she complained about the trampoline. She complained about just about anything she could find to complain about.
But it was communal garden. Actually, you shouldn't put any private property in the garden. But anyway, she didn't like it. Apparently, the same lady, she's part of this cult as well.
Apparently, this same lady is part of the cult as well. As far as I'm concerned, she's a neighbour. She's worried, and she's contacted social services, as I call them, because how do we know? She can hear everything that's happening. And I mean, that trampoline outside, that's fine when the kids are outside, at least you know they're okay. You're not really going to complain about kids jumping about the trampoline, right? Unless you're kind of really old and crab it, right? But to me, if I seen children outside, the big trampoline, that gardens, that's what they're for, right? But if you're seeing and hearing other things, then you're going to alert social services.
The lady who lives above you is part of the cult.
Yeah.
But you didn't know.
I had no idea.
And the kid never told you about any abuse that was happening to them.
Nothing at all. Now.
you see, and the children, even then, are still not told her any of this abuse that's going on, right?
She didn't abuse you, 1 minute. Did the old lady upstairs abuse you?
I suspected it was her. At first, actually, I thought it was him who made this phone call. But then, because also she said that I had an aggressive partner. I mean, I didn't have anybody in my life at that time. I was in a relationship.
Unless, as you pointed out, you were a close family member. I'm totally with you. The fact
Enough is enough. I'm going to tell mom.
yes, they did.
That's when.
What is called? You know, when the contact's happening at some governmental offices, there will be someone there, not just watching, but it will be in some, like, they will...
It's a control area.
Yeah,
and there will be people, there will be...
Supervised contact, this is it.
Supervised contact,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and so I was pushing for that. They gave him 4 hours every 2 weeks. And that was only 3 contacts so far happened. So this is where we are. Next hearing.
And every time he has a contact. And also, did you mention to the fact that he's been going to the school since when?
No, we haven't touched this one. It's just she's explaining the reason why they're not together, because I started. How come she didn't know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she's explaining. And now we come to like what happened to the kids.
Okay.
Because at one point the kid must have said to themselves, "Enough is enough. I'm going to tell mom."
Yes, they did.
That's when that's when we're going to come out.
They did get to a point of telling mum. Elisa wanted.
All right.
And how will you see another person who is not your parents' tattoo?
Yeah. Sorry again.
How will you see another person's private?
Yeah.
If they're not if they're not close family.
Got it.
That's right.
That's what I'm asking.
How would they see the?
So that's what I was asking.
How would they see the private?
That's why it's important for them to describe that.
Of course, it's important. Jean Clement, look, I'm totally with you. The fact that they have tattoos, I was very happy to find out about the tattoos. The fact that they all have tattoos is wonderful, and the fact that you wouldn't see someone,
I didn't want to put any kids.
You wouldn't see someone's private parts unless, as you pointed out, you were a close family member.
That's right.
So, right. However, it still proves nothing.
Why?
Because it proves nothing. They may have seen it at swimming. They may. I'm just saying, Jean Clement.
All of the staff, all the teachers.
Mama, I know this, but what I'm telling you is that as evidence, it proves nothing.
It's for them to demonstrate to anyone questioning to any investigator.
Why have these children been able to see it?
At that time, they were just progressively getting worse and worse.
I'm going to stop back here for a wee second as well, right? These tattoos, because even the children mentioned at one point that you can get temporary tattoos, okay? So, they know about tattoos and how tattoos not work, and none of that was ever kind of proven. And who's to say it wasn't proven? Because, I don't know, he was barking kind of down the wrong tree there with the tattoos, and he's coming out and saying that it's not evidence, it's no good, it's pointless, it's hopeless. Because as you said, you could have seen people in the showers, you could have seen people in the swimming baths. So, and if you think that all these children have got tattoos on them, we would be as bad as this idiot is.
No, misbehaving and the whole kind of like, it was started like from when they were like even really little. So for me it was just known that they were like misbehaving, they were throwing tantrums all the time, they were fighting with adults. And we went even for several sessions to like a Tavistock Center. They do like a child psychology. But they were really slow and they were not really like that helpful, you know, like just listening, school, and so I thought, but I was constantly looking for a solution. I went for parenting courses, so I thought something wrong. I thought I was doing something wrong, and also they were like misbehaving at all times. So whatever I say, they would say opposite. Apparently, what they told me that he was teaching them together, and I never been across children who like. I don't know the subject. you know, I never known, you know, children who's been abused. I know one adult who's been abused. He kind of made public. He's kind of a big figure. But then this is it. I've heard there are pedophiles somewhere out there, but I had no idea. You know, like.
I mean, since you said that there's a paedophile out there somewhere, I've no idea. It's the first time I've ever heard it. Yeah, this has been happening to our children since they were 1 year of age. No.
Where I came from in Russia, it's like hardly happening, or maybe happening very, very underground, you know, very secretly. And so I had no idea about this, you know. So it's like, if I knew something like that, I probably would spot it right away.
So you think it's a childlike behavior?
Yeah, it was like
a normal behavior.
They took my toothbrush and they wiped it around the toilet. And I kept getting sick, I kept getting the runs, and I couldn't work out why, and then I worked it out. And then I worked it out. And then when I realised they were doing it, I didn't make a big scene because we already had enough pressure by finding out this. So what I did, I kept cool, and I moved my toothbrush from the sink where I normally kept it, and I put it into my bag to let them know that I knew what you are doing. We're not going to make a scene for Mama. Do not do it anymore. And guess what they did? They continued to do it to my toothbrush. So I raised it as an issue, and I gave them licks for it. I gave them good licks for it.
Did you hear that? He gave them good licks for it. We've been hearing the licks with the spoons that he was using, and that's what they called it, right? So there he's even admitted it there that he gave these children good licks for it, right? And what that means is he beat them up, he punished them.
Now the thing is, now when I learned about it all, I started to look back, and I've seen this, and I now seen what's going on. Because, for example, when Alisa was like really tiny, maybe like under 1 year old, still in the pram, one time she was like crying for, I don't know, non-stop for maybe an hour, like screaming. I mean, she was fat, she was changed, she didn't have anything bad to upset her stomach, but she was screaming. And I think that was maybe the first time he did some sexual. Then just.
Right, so for the first time, right, the child, it's 1.5 years old, right, and cried for an hour, right. Now, the things that these people might be doing to these children, right, I can assure you, that child would have been crying for more than an hour. That child would have had to have went to hospital, right, met a long time ago, all of them. So all these people that think that things that these people do to children at 1 year old and they're going to be fine, it's fucking absolutely, it's terrible. I'm trying not to even swear, right? But these people with such nonsense that you would only notice this one time for 1 hour, right? When a child's 1.5 years old, she doesn't make sense there. Her story's garbage. It's nonsense.
Kind of like, now I could see what's going on, what was going on.
Hindsight,
I could kind of recognize it.
Now you know what's been going on.
So I could kind of, in my memory, I could recognize, oh, this is good, must be that. But at the time, I have no idea.
Okay, well now, you know about it. So what happened?
Yeah, so what happened to...
Did you confront the dad and ask him about it?
No.
Why not?
She didn't know, Jean Clement. She didn't know.
We only discovered 2 weeks ago, this whole thing.
We've only discovered this.
Just when you spoke to me?
Jean Clement, listen.
I mean, do you hear that little bit of conversation? I'm just going to put this bit back to the start again because it just sums it all up right there and then. They've just discovered it within the last 4 weeks when these children away, and now they've got videotapes of them that he made. Put it back to the start just for that one little bit again, right? Because that just gives it, that's it to me, that's the end of it.
Well now, you know about it. So what happened?
Yeah, so what happened to...
Did you confront the dad and ask him about it?
No.
Why not?
She didn't know, Jean Clement. She didn't know.
We only discovered 2 weeks ago, this whole thing.
We've only discovered this.
Just when you spoke to me?
Jean Clement, listen to me. We only discovered this
just now.
1 moment.
4 weeks ago.
I suspected. Listen, I had my first suspicions about almost 2 months ago. I think maybe a month, but almost 2 months ago now, Mum. When I first heard his voice on the Skype.
On the Skype, yeah.
That was when I had my.
This is his first suspicions. 2 months ago, when he heard this man's voice on Skype. Now, come on. I listen to thousands of people on YouTube, right? And I couldn't tell anybody that's deviant or not really deviant on it, except for this creep, right? Who I know now, because I know exactly what he's all about and who he is, right? But for you to say, for somebody in a phone call that's to go to Skype, that comes through Skype, and say that, I knew straight away since I heard him on Skype. Now, how ridiculous does that sound? And I don't know how so many people out there have believed this full story about this guy, and yet, really, this one video here with Jean Clement, and even he has his pure doubts about him and actually gets these children away to this maniac, right? But that there, right at the very beginning, and these excuses, and that he heard his voice in Skype, well, honestly, it's just so ridiculous that you couldn't make that up. Right, that is garbage, nonsense, rubbish. Anybody that says you can hear somebody's voice and go, right, I knew right away that that guy was doing this and doing that, and they've only discovered this within the last 2 months. Utter nonsense. This really was a custody battle for children, and his idea of getting children in a custody battle, I don't know how he can come up with all his sick stuff that he's made up about all this, and every single person that's he brought into it, and yet he's the one that's out here walking about pretty free, and people have been heartbroken, been called names, getting called everything under the sun, and this guy, I'm even calling this person a guy, this monster here, that made all this garbage up.
My suspicions, I wasn't 100% sure.
Or through the sound of his voice.
Yes. And also because of the clues that I'd had from the children's behaviour, from them touching the dog, and suspect heavily. And then when we got to Morocco and I realised that they were touching each other on a regular basis, I said to them, you guys are doing this regularly, how come no one's caught you? Who is touching you?
So he's the one that's discovered every single part of this, right, that these two children are meant to be doing, and all the way through the whole interview he keeps saying to them, are you touching each other, what are you doing, are you touching, but he just told himself, within the last 2 months, he made all this garbage up, every bit of it, and he talks of these children into making these statements that they did on the stupid tapes, it's everywhere.
Who? I know someone else is touching you. You have learnt this from an adult. Who it is? Who is it? And then they.
That's when they unfold it.
Then they open the sides.
I've knew about the touching each other. I spotted them. That was first in the bathroom about 2.5 years ago. Another time since we moved, touching each other. I spotted them. That was first in the bathroom about 2.5 years ago. Another time since we moved, them doing it. But when I came in the room, I could see by their behavior something was going on, and maybe twice, and so what happened then? Yeah, and then we just discovered.
Come to you.
And then if he gets...
While there was that ugly little crazy black man anywhere near, he kindly offered for the children to stay here. He kindly offered for you to stay here with the children. I reassured him that we were quite safe at the house for now. We're going to change the locks tomorrow, and that if we felt the need to take him up on his offer, we would let him know immediately. He's brave enough to come to the house, but
if you lock from the inside as well, you can't open.
No problem. We'll change the locks tomorrow. I forgot to ask Andy about that today, but that's the main thing.
Now, the file I sent you, there is this, quite a self-explanatory, although maybe some names you won't probably make a connection.
Okay.
But there are addresses for those guys, those I just mentioned.
You got the address?
Yes. Is there anything we can do for you?
I can take you home. I can drive you home.
No, we've got the car. Okay. If you can explain, if you can tell us, Jean Clement, is there anything we can do tomorrow during the day before we come and see you?
Or it's probably what you can do that make it easy. You know the people. can
Make a list of all the people.
yeah, and
give us
describe
much-
who they are.
Describe what they look like, who they are, and who they
Because
were.
they're the people you need to go and speak to.
Absolutely. You can't see. As soon as you go to speak
But
to
we're not going to speak to Dad first.
No, as soon as you speak to one,
Yeah.
they will warn him. And then he will go and close up all his secret rooms. You need to go to the secret rooms and find the evidence. Jean Clement,
You need to
Okay.
get him.
you
So
need.
if the secret room is the most important
They are the
one,
most important.
then I need to know more about it now
We're giving you everything now.
to be close.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
that's right. Because I mean, he's the head of it.
I can
Yes, that's
give
right.
it back to you.
Can you get
But
search warrant?
if you want to, no, not yet.
Or I can photograph.
Why not
Make
yet,
a photo
Jean-Claude?
and email
Because
to
you need.
Jean Clement, time is of the. Look, I understand. Look, I really.
Because this is what you need. If you can provide it, that's fine. Name, date of birth, addresses.
Not there with birth, but we can give you names.
See,
We can give you names. We can give you occupation. We can tell you their place of work, and we can.
if you have the addresses, it makes it a lot easier because you
give you
don't
names.
want to go and get the wrong person.
No, we can give you names and
See.
addresses.
No. We have a heard of
Are you listening?
addresses, yeah.
And
Listen to what Jean Clement said.
and
He
if
says
you-
we must have the right names and addresses because we don't want to arrest the wrong people.
Right.
To get a sniff, he will close up his room.
That's right. So
We
we have to be
must-
quick
We
by
have to be
getting.
very
must be
quick.
quick.
Yeah.
I tell
We
you
must
why
be
as
quick.
well, because I have one day when he applied it for
Yeah.
prohibited orders. Court order means to submit his children's passports and birth certificates, which I did. Now, the arrangement is whenever I go out of the country for the holidays,
have to
I
notify
have to I'm taking passports 3 days. I can take up to 3 days before
Yeah.
travel,
All
and
right.
I have to submit it 3 days after travel. After
You have to return them.
Yeah, I already stretched this time. I told them I'm supposed to be back last week. Now I told them I'm ill. I couldn't make a flight. We're coming this week, so they will get suspicious pretty soon.
Okay.
Solicitors who are
How
connected to
long?
him.
The solicitors who are
Now,
connected
have you got
to
some
him.
photos?
Of who?
Any of these people?
Yeah, I've got
Yes, we've got
few.
some good
I've got
photos.
few.
If you can provide them, that's fine.
Yeah,
got
I've got
photos.
few.
Abby, you need to get rid of the videos on your phone, because if you have any photos on your phone, you need to can give it to me. I can burn
Of
them.
whom? Of whom?
Just a moment. Like video of the young lady talking now.
I must get rid of it.
Just put it away.
Why?
I'll explain.
I'm asking you.
If you have any photo on it as well, you can send them to me. I can burn them on the CD and give it to you. If you have video, send them to me. I'll burn them on DVD and give it to you. This is what happened. If you have this, for instance, you showed me that
He will find it.
no,
He can find it.
no. He gave me that phone with a video on it when she was talking. If you were to give that to the police, they will take your phone away. And you do not have access to your phone until the investigation is finished. So if the investigation takes 2 years, your phone will be there for 2 years.
Yeah.
If it takes 5 years, your phone will be there for
So
5
we
years.
will email to you.
So it's important that you remove all this information from your
the phone.
devices. You can burn them,
I've
put
got-
them
I've
on,
got it as
Thank you,
well.
Jean.
put them on a
Yeah.
key,
Thank you, Jean Clement.
and
Put them on a
on a
what
key,
memory stick.
yeah, and I give it to the police. They said, "This is what I got."
Give it to you.
Me or give it to whoever
What do you
want.
mean? What police? You are the police.
Okay.
can
Give
email
it
to
to
you.
me. No,
Yeah.
if email, I have to take the whole. I say, there you go. So if you email, I put them on CD anyway.
Yeah, we'll email from the phone
Yeah.
and then delete it, and I'll do the
No,
same thing.
no. So
He's
that's
saying
what.
don't email it. Oh, you
I
don't mind if
Yeah,
I email
no,
it?
email it. I can burn it. Yeah,
Burn it.
I can burn it. If you have ways of transferring, because I don't.
Yeah, I can send it. We can
If you can
send
transfer it from your
mobile with
mobile
yeah.
to your laptop, if you got one,
Get a Mac. Stop messing about you.
all of this. So
I can actually do that. I can
so
actually,
you
yeah.
can transfer.
Ella's very good on this.
So you can transfer them from your phone onto the
To the-
stick.
to the- yeah, or stick
Put
or
your place
That's
to the
right,
sink.
because
yeah,
if
I
you
can
have
do
more
that.
evidence here, the Angel Road,
What's the real
Namstead.
address?
No, easily.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jean Clement, this one has to be watched. His address is... No, don't tell me anything. His address is 15
Yeah,
Angel
she's
Place,
around.
Angel Road, and she just told you it was 16. Pay close attention.
Just gotta pause this for a wee minute, right? Now, they were trying to find a corner house, right? And I think the little girl was saying 15, right? And he was saying it's 16. And he just kept saying it to her for like a minute or two, right? Until she actually had to agree with him, right? Now this is what he's going to say about this child here, right? this is his interpretation of how these two children work, that they can give signs to each other, they can do this, they can do that, and it's absolute garbage. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. This bit is a really bit kind of heartbreaking to listen to. The lot of it was heartbreaking to listen to these children through quite a lot of these tapes that I've listened to of this guy. He's a really sick person. He really should be brought back to the UK, and he really should be put in jail. He should be put in trial for this, so as everybody really knows exactly who this guy is. Anyway, let's listen to this bit because it's nearly done now anyway, and thanks to you that listened to it, and you can see you have probably picked up more points than this one. I can't really see the chat because I'm going to have to set this up so that I can actually see who's actually talking in the chat room as well, because I can't get back to you. But I might as well finish this, which is one of the worst bits here, for what I've seen, and but actually sums this guy up 100% and how he works.
Attention to this one.
Does it span on two buildings?
Jean Clement.
Does it span on two buildings? It doesn't.
No, Jean Clement. I lived with her. You're not listening to me.
Okay.
She lies. Instinctively, she lies.
So if you think
It's
she
on the
lies,
corner. No,
why
no.
will you believe her story?
Because I question her 10 times, and then I will question him. And what he
We
says
did
that
separately.
corresponds, we question them separately,
All right.
like the police do.
Okay.
And anything that corresponds perfectly, we okay.
Okay.
The
That's
reason
good.
we know that the house,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter the number. We know the road, and we know it's right on the corner. It's the corner house. So if you tell us 15, 16, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you tell us, 15, 16, 17, we know it's the corner house.
Okay.
Don't we? What's the real address?
Brilliant,
Real?
brilliant.
Come out.
Abby.
Did she touch you?
That's probably because the information I was provided is meant to confuse the kid. Did
What
you ever
information
think
was provided by
They're
you?
confusing us.
No. John Clement,
no,
please,
no,
you are naive.
the
no,
way
please.
it's provided to them
No,
may
can you,
be
John
confusing.
Clement, can you stop being naive and can you just listen to us who have the experience of dealing with them? She purposely and expertly,
It was misleading.
But that's what she said. That's what she was trained to do.
yes, she
She's
was
trained to
to.
mislead.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that. That's what
No,
she
we
was.
do understand that, but we're letting you know.
It's not purposely done. It's done so that the story, when it goes out, nobody follows it.
John Clement,
That's how it's made.
They're mixing
Yeah.
some truthful facts with some lies.
Mm.
Like mixing and mixing. So it took some 4 weeks actually to get to the...
that she attempts to mislead. The fact
That's
is
right.
that she attempts, but because we know that when we are, sometimes, this is what, another one of her, this is what she does. Ella and I, we will begin to discuss certain aspects of the situation.
Okay.
And by discussing it,
Yeah.
we brainstorm. And together we come up and we work things out.
Okay.
What she will do while we are talking, she will interrupt us
Yeah.
and distract us with something. And attempt to send us in another complete. We say to her, be
No.
quiet,
Okay.
don't distract us anymore.
Or she would
He
listen to
does
the
it.
conversation.
Oh, she eavesdrops on your conversations and uses
And
information.
she would use
And
the
he does it as
information
well.
she heard
And he does
in
it.
creating whatever, some kind of confusion between
What are you looking
us.
at him for? What was that look? She does, excuse me,
Yeah.
pay close attention. Because you think you know but you don't. Whilst you are talking and whilst we are distracted explaining to you because you don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
So whilst we are distracted, how can I say?
Did you hear Jean Clement's voice? He's going, because he's letting him rant and rave, because he's ranting, raving rubbish here.
Once we're distracted, explaining to you the situation and the nuances of the situation and how expertly they are able to distract, whilst we are doing this, she knows, and she made an eye sign to him that I am ready to touch, because they regularly touch, because the father questions them as to whether or not they have touched each other on a
And
daily.
if they haven't, he would...
No.
Oh, I'm a liar.
No. How can you never say that?
And did you see? He was called a liar. Right? It's there. It's in there. It's that part there. He gets called a liar. Which he is.
And maybe I wasn't even there, but I did tell you.
No. That's fine. If it's just exploratory, that's different.
It's not exploratory. She used to do it. She used to kick. She used to touch. Jean Clement, please, are you living in a dream? She used to kick. She used to touch. She used to. I believe that she's grown out of it slowly. She's growing out of it. But
Okay.
children who are abused, this is what they do. This is what they do, Jean Clement. This is what they learn. These are been taught to kill. They don't want to kill babies.
400 babies.
No, more than 400.
More than 400 babies, but that's it done. Thanks for you that listened. I can commit to this. I can actually go to the chat, I think. But yeah, it's kind of all him, with that 4 or 5 weeks that they were away. And the rubbish that he was coming away with, it's especially that end little bit there, that he's honestly, it's there's some people in this world that really shouldn't be on the planet, and he's actually kind of, I would say, a number one suspect that shouldn't be here. But honestly, they hope that they can actually extradite him somewhere or get him up there in that court trial and get him in jail. And I tell you the truth, that mother's no much better. I don't really know how she's been kind of let off with all this, because even she's making up garbage, making up rubbish. But anyway, everybody, thanks for watching and take care.